So, I recently just came out of a bit of a depressive episode, and now that I am on the other end of it, I really want to share with y'all how it grew me and the changes in myself that I experienced, and how it expanded me, and also how I did some more shedding that needed to occur. So, more of my light and true nature could come out. And I think it's important to really share these experiences with y'all too, because it just kind of makes me feel like a fraud if I am only showing y'all the good and the light, and I'm not also showing y'all my darkness too, because the thing is you really need both to grow, and it's just about our perception and how we allow it to grow us or disallow that growth, right? And I also want to be clear, y'all, that in a depressive episode, I'm not always sitting there with this beautiful perspective of how this is happening for me and not to me, and what is this trying to show me and teach me. No, just like anyone else, I have my days where I bed rot, and the only emotion I'm experiencing is this blows and what am I doing back here? So I definitely do experience my depressive episodes much differently these days and at this point in my journey. And one of the ways is that I actually allow myself to feel my way through it. Again, I really do allow those feelings of this sucks, this doesn't feel good. My perspective isn't, again, always this place of what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? I do get there eventually, but I get there when I'm ready, and I don't feel guilty for my feelings anymore, nor do I try to force my way up and out of it anymore either. I actually go through it, allow myself to feel what I need to feel, because in the past when I didn't, and even though I thought I was helping myself by forcing it, actually what I was doing was suppressing, which means that it was just going to come out later or come out in ways that weren't very helpful or constructive, right? And so now I have a lot of patience and empathy for myself. And I also don't try to make sense of everything either. Like, why am I feeling this way? Sometimes it's just going to be attached to a past experience that maybe my mind has tried to protect me from or whatever. And now I just more focus on the feeling and just allowing that and being in flow and not disallowing any feelings or judging myself, right? And so I just let myself feel, and then when I am ready and without force, then naturally and on its own, I do start to hear that subtle voice that is ready to start asking the questions of, okay, what is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me? And start to be in that energy of, I do know in my heart and soul that this is happening for me and not to me. And y'all know I've talked about Jim Carrey in the past. He is an incredibly enlightened person, and he just says a lot of activating things for me. And so, for instance, when he has talked about depression, he talks about depression as deep rest. And it is your spirit and your body saying, F you, I can't and don't want to wear this mask or play this role or play this character that you've created anymore. And so it's interesting because that depression is, that deep rest is actually needed. You know, you can no longer play whatever character it is that you have created that is just not working anymore. It doesn't resonate anymore. It's not in alignment with your spirit, your purpose, who you truly are anymore. And that's because those things are ready to come out, ready to make themselves known, right? Your spirit, your true spirit is ready to be seen, but you go through that deep rest for. And so even as, you know, this, where I'm at now, as more of an enlightened, awakened, kind of higher consciousness place. And once I have felt my way through the episode, that's really where my perspective from that place starts to come back in, and I can be ready to ask the questions of, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? And I do know that it is for me, because clearly there is something that is ready to come out, something that is ready to change. And it did make a lot of sense for me, honestly. So for example, I've been going through a change where I am really ready to open myself back up again. You know, I've been a loner for a while now, and it was needed. You know, I've really been wanting to recreate, reinvent, and really make myself a point of attraction where I'm embodying the life that I desire, and I am calling in my dreams, and I am taking that inspired action on them and on myself, and I've just needed the room to do that. But I think now my spirit is just ready to talk more, ready to be seen more, ready to experience others again, and even call in my soul tribe. And a lot of that has been my experience with y'all, for instance. And so creating this channel and being here with y'all and connecting with y'all is really helping me to do that, and is even helping to signal to me and connect with my spirit that it's not ready to be so alone anymore. And again, it's coming from a place of wholeness now, and it's just happening naturally. And so that's just an example of one of the changes that has become aware to me that I am ready to make and open myself up to, and my heart just feels more open than ever. I think I am even starting to feel like I am ready for my divine counterpart again, and from a place of satisfaction in my life, and not a clinginess, but from a place of wholeness and just being very at peace with whatever that timing is. And I am going to keep living. And so I really want to share with y'all how I shifted the energy and how I did it by playing, and how much it reminded me the importance of play, and how play is just really us actually living our lives, y'all, and getting outside of our comfort zones. You know, I was reminded again by going on this week-long challenge that I did where I did something brand new and completely out of my comfort zone, or did something that I just absolutely love but haven't done in a long time, and so was still outside of the norm for me and outside of my routine, and was just reminded of all of that power that lies outside of our comfort zone. Y'all, I swear our comfort zone is where we go to die. And outside of our comfort zone is so much expansion and growth and personal power and actually living. Playing and doing things outside of our comfort zone literally holds so much power. I mean, you shift so much energy and release what does not serve you simply by playing and doing things outside of your comfort zone. And you can release things that are even unrelated to whatever activity it is that you are participating in. So for example, one of the things that I did that was brand new and something that I have never tried before is pickleball. And so I wanted to do something, again, it was just fun and for play, and I knew it was something that I would pick up on. I'm no good at tennis, but I've seen pickleball and I'm like, that looks fun. I definitely could do that for sure. And so, even though fear is not really related to pickleball, some residual fear did get dissolved just by doing something outside of my comfort zone and just by having fun. And it also helped my confidence, even though confidence isn't really directly related to just having fun and learning something like pickleball, right? Or I even noticed that, when I was playing with others, if somebody, say, was really competitive, I think in the past I would have let that affect me because I'm very competitive with myself, but when I go do things like that, sure, it feels great to win, but to be totally honest with you, I don't really care, and I never have. I really more just enjoy the game. I enjoy the fun of it and just the playtime of it, right? And I don't really feel competitive like that. I just enjoy. And so I even caught myself a couple of times where it would kind of make me not really want to play with that person. And then I realized, wait a minute, I don't have to let how they're experiencing the game affect me. I can still have fun. I have a choice right here, right? And so again, that is something that I can take with me in any environment, and just reinstills that within me, that whatever another's vibration is, or whatever emotional experience they're having, I don't have to let it affect my experience or the kind of experience that I am wanting out of it, right? And that, again, is just an invaluable skill, and one that I love to practice, and especially through having fun that will benefit me in any environment. So I'm going to share with y'all, if you stay to the end, I'm going to do a little slideshow for y'all and show you all the different things that I did every single day. And again, I did something either brand new or something that I really love that I haven't done in a really long time and I knew would bring me a lot of joy and put me in this playful, excited, grateful energy. And so I'm going to just give y'all a little bit of context and tell y'all what I did every single day as well. So the first day I went and tried pickleball, and the first day I really wanted to do something new that I had never done before, that was just a completely different experience for me. And I just thought it would put me in the energy that I was wanting to embody, of just going out of my comfort zone and really shifting the energy, but also doing something that was very fun and just playful. And the next day I tried a new recipe, because I really do love cooking, and I also have been getting back into my high protein, more plant-based nutritional habits, and it's just what works best for me. But this past year I've experienced some loss, and so I just haven't really felt like cooking, but I am finally feeling like it again. But I thought I would just try a brand new recipe. And when I cooked more often, I would try new recipes all the time. And I do want to make a quick point that when we are coming out of depressive episodes or are in one, we can be really hard on ourselves and judge ourselves and not be empathetic towards ourselves. And I think that's why play is so powerful, because again, it more focuses on something that you want to do, something that feels good and makes you feel, again, excited, rather than this energy of this is what I should be doing, or this is what I should be restricting myself from, like when it comes to like our eating habits and things like that, right? Whereas doing things like this, it more focuses on addition and things that get you excited to help you shift the energy, rather than focusing on restriction or trying to, make yourself do something that you don't really want to do, and why often those things don't stick, or we never really come out of that energy for longer than necessary too, right? So let me get back to what I was doing with my activities. So the next thing that I did was I went roller skating one night. So I went and did this adult skate night. I used to love to rollerblade, and so I went to this roller rink and did an adult skate night, and I cannot even tell y'all how much fun I had. And it was something that I was just so glad that I went and did, and I was just by myself and in my own little world, and the DJ was so good. I mean, y'all, I just had an absolute blast. And the next day I went to the trampoline park. From the sports that I did when I was younger, I have still maintained being able to do some of those really cool flips and tricks on a trampoline. And I used to love to go to the trampoline park, or even always had a trampoline in my backyard. And I actually did all the way up until when I moved here just a couple of years ago. So I've been really missing it, and was just so fun to get back out there and do that again. And the last thing that I did was sign up for an art class. And I signed up for a painting class where I was going to get to keep the canvas. And I wanted to do one where I got to work with some new materials that I never have before, like resin, and make something really kind of abstract, and even something that really represented and was symbolic of, this light and dark energy that I was in, and trying to really show how much love there is in both, depending on how you perceive it and how you allow yourself to grow from it and with it and through it. And also for it to be symbolic of the message that I was really wanting to come across, as well as the intention that I was really setting for myself, which was to truly embody flow, right? Like the flow of life, and to just not be resistant in any way, shape, or form. And so I really felt like I achieved that, and I was just so happy with what I created. And I made a short about it too, if you are interested in that, and we'll show it in the slideshow as well. And I do want to make a quick point that I want to apologize to y'all. I know it's a little bit short, but the truth is I've never really been into social media, and so I'm still getting the hang of this. But truthfully, I'll probably never be the person that documents absolutely every single moment, because for me, I really like to be in the moment, and that kind of takes away from the experience for me. And I know that's not like everyone, but again, it's just all about your experience, right? And so, it's probably never going to be me that I'm ever going to be really that great about that. But again, I want to get better at it, for y'all and for the channel, while also still being loyal to what is me. And that's important too, and a message that I always want to come through for y'all as well. The importance of, still being loyal to what is you, right? And so also the quality is not that great either. I am working on that as well, and I will get better. But also, I think that the message is more important, anyways. And I kind of think that we live in a culture where we really need a lot of stimulation, and that's just not really something that I want to feed into either. And if you're here and you resonate with me, then I know that you at least understand that, or probably are like that yourself. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the slideshow, and I love y'all so much. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed that. It was certainly an incredible week for me and a really powerful one. I feel like I timeline jumped or something, and I did that simply by playing. And so if this is something that you are dealing with or do on occasion, then I just want you to remember to play and do what feels good and focus on addition. The rest will come, I promise you. And you can do whatever version of this feels good for you. If you want to step outside of your comfort zone every other day for a week, do that. Or if you want to just focus on 3 things, do that. Or honestly, y'all, even doing one thing outside of your comfort zone is so powerful. It will put you in a different energy, and it will be enough to create some momentum for you in the right direction. So I really hope that that helped. And also, if y'all are interested in the recipe of the egg bake that I made, then just let me know and I'll post the recipe in the comments and pin it for you. Or even the painting that I did, they actually have locations all over the country. And so if you're interested in checking that out, also let me know and I'll pin that in the comments as well. And so again, I'm just so grateful for each and every one of y'all. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm always pulling for you. I'm always rooting for you. I can't wait to see what you do, and I will see you in the next one.